Hey everybody, this is Joey. In this video, I would like to share with you a goldfish spawn that I did using two Fancy Comets and a Shubunkin. Thought I would show you a few photos of the parents before we get right into the footage on the babies. This is a female comet. This is a male comet. This is a male Shubunkin. This video is from February 12th, 2020. The fry are approximately 24 hours old and not yet free swimming. This is February 15th. The fry are free swimming and eating baby brine shrimp. This is February 22nd. I know that the photos are really cloudy because I'm filming all of this through a tub, but I just wanted to show the full bellies of brine shrimp. I feel as though I should point out early on in this video and make reference to the fact that this is not a tutorial on how to breed your goldfish. This is a video about my experience breeding my goldfish. This is February 27th, just a little over the 2-week mark. You can see that they're all eating well, and you're starting to see a size difference in the fry. This is March 1st. I'm continuing to film every few days just to track the progress. If you look closely, you can see that the fry are starting to get some overall color and some black patches. This is March 7th. I thought I would take a few photos so that you could see the color better. This is March 15th, or a little over the 1 month mark. They are still growing quite well and definitely seeing some more color developing. This is March 16th. I have moved them into an actual tank. Obviously the water is a little cloudy and you're going to find that throughout this video. I feed a lot and it's really hard to keep the water super clear because I cannot run enough filtration without blowing them all over the tank. So the water's fine, the fish are healthy. The particles do seem to show up more in the video than they do in person when you're just looking at the tank. I have noticed that putting them in a tank with substrate has really made a difference in the color saturation. Also, they have a natural instinct to sift sand, and they seem to really be enjoying that. This is March 19th. Just another little update. This group is doing really well. Obviously, there are some size differences, but it doesn't seem to be making a big difference right now. They're getting along. They're all eating well. So I'm overall very pleased. These photos are from March 22nd. And again, even though sometimes they're not the best quality or really in focus, I use some of them just so that you can see the color development. This is March 25th. Another little update. I'm continuing to feed quite heavily, as I'm sure you can see with the particles in the water, but I am maintaining large water changes on a daily basis. I'm sure you can see that every few days there's quite a change in the color. It's really been amazing to me how fast they actually did start coloring up. And the changes are so cool. This is now March 29th. Obviously, these little guys keep changing as far as color and growth. Pretty much daily. I think you can definitely see significant changes with the little updates every 3 to 5 days. This is April 5th with another update. I'm sure you've noticed, as I have too, that there was a group of maybe 5 to 8 fish that started coloring up just a couple weeks in. And some of the others were just sort of late bloomers. Didn't see much going on. They were just kind of plain. But the cool thing is everybody started almost getting something, even some that just have some blue. But I think it's going to be really interesting to see how they come along. This is April 10th with another update. I'm sure you've all noticed that there's a pretty significant amount of algae starting to develop in the tank. Personally, I don't care about algae. I only clean the front of the glass and then I just let it roll. This is April 13th, and we have reached the 2-month mark. One of the things I guess I just wanted to mention is watching these guys get their color is pretty fascinating to me. I'm noticing in the black especially, they get that initial layer, and then after a few days, maybe 4 or 5 days, a week and a half, depending upon the fish, they start getting another layer, and it's much more intense. And that is just, it's really just intriguing to me, and I'm loving it. I definitely fall into the category of fish nerd. This is April 20th. I didn't get a video done this week because with the current pandemic going on, I had a lot of paperwork to do for our business and was just a little bit preoccupied. But I did manage to get a few photos, so hopefully you can still see the progress through this log, and then we'll have another video coming up soon. This is a video from May 5th, just another quick update. I'm sure many of you have noticed at this point that you can start picking out which ones are pure comets, you know, both the red, white, black, and the black and white female. Which ones are that cross. And then you can definitely see which ones are out of the Shubunkin male. It's kind of interesting, and I'm really wondering where they're going to end up with the overall color. This is an April 19th video update. This is April 27th. I have to say, I find myself peering into this fish tank with a magnifying glass daily. Just studying these fish and studying the patterns and the coloration. Definitely another nerd moment. I definitely have my favorites so far. I'm not going to mention which ones. It would be interesting to see what other people think. I feel like I'm going to probably keep these guys to at least the 5 or 6 month range, and we'll see if they're still my favorites at that time. Well, this is May 5th, Cinco De Mayo. There definitely won't be any underage drinking going on in this tank today. Anyway, they're doing really well. Just getting around the tank and being crazy. They are really good eaters. They can put away some food. I mean, who can't, right? This video is from May 10th. So you might be wondering at this point just how many goldfish babies are in this tank. Me too. No, just kidding. But I have to admit, when I was netting them and putting them in the tank, I lost track of the count more than once. It was one of those things where you had one in the net and you're like, oh, was this going to be 28 or did I already put 28 in? 28, that happened a couple times. So I ended up thinking that I had 53, but since I wasn't really sure with the counting, I've decided on 50 is a good number. Getting old. This is now May 16th, and we have reached the 3-month mark. So they've been growing really well. I mean, growing like bad weeds. But the funny thing is, you feed them, they go to the bathroom. You feed them, they go to the bathroom. You feed them, they go to the bathroom. It's a vicious circle. I know I've already mentioned that some of the photo quality is certainly not up to par. It's been so frustrating for me because trying to make this like a little log and keep up with it, there were times where I would do water changes and try to make it look better, and I would clean the glass and play with the lighting and try it during the day, at night, lights on, lights off, different lights. It was frustrating, and what would happen sometimes is I would spend time, if I had time, and do something quick, and then maybe not look at it for a couple of days, and then look back at everything and realize that I cleaned the glass, but somehow there were still streaks on the glass, and it was like I still had to use them because it was more about the growth and the process than the quality. Just saying. This video is from May 22nd. So, as I've been making this video, I've been thinking about why do I love these fish so much? And I think part of the reason is they're just always so happy to see you. They see you from across the room. They're at the front of the glass doing the dance. Their mouths are going. They're just so happy. And I guess that leads me to the point that, anybody that's kept fish through the years, or even a new fish person, there's nothing that creates any more anxiety in your life than when your fish are fighting. It just bothers you. It's supposed to be fun, and they're fighting, and it just isn't that much fun in the end. So I really think that's what has drawn me to these guys. They do not fight. Doesn't matter that there's a huge difference in size. It's just one of those things where you want to say, why can't everybody just get along? And they do. This video is from May 23rd. this is May 24th, 2020. This is going to complete my video and photo log of this particular spawn. I thought it might be fun to put a ruler up and slow this video down so that we could really see how these little guys have grown. As always, you have the hungry hippos, and they always grow the fastest and the largest. And you can see that some of these guys are pushing 3 inches. I'd say the average size is somewhere in the 2 to 2.5 inch range. And then of course there are a couple little runts. Along with the couple little teeny ones, there are 1 or 2 that are not quite perfect, maybe a little notch in the top line. I decided not to call these fish because they were eating well and perfectly healthy. It was a personal choice, but I decided to keep them. If somebody purchases down the road, they could possibly have them as a companion, or they can just live their lives out here with me. I thought this part right here was kind of cute. You'll notice 3 fish sort of come in and line up along that ruler. I'd just like to say that I have bred numerous varieties of fish. I have had quite a few betta spawns. I currently have angelfish fry, various cichlids fry, lots of guppies and endlers. But these goldfish have just been so much fun for me. I have enjoyed it more than any of the other things that I have bred in the past. I have quite a few other fish that I can work with, and they're equally as beautiful. I'm really looking forward to what I might be able to produce. I can't wait for these babies to, continue to grow and get their colors, because I know it's going to change a lot over the next few months. So the whole process is just really exciting for me. It's something that I'm really looking forward to. Not just another batch of guppies for me or whatever. Not that I don't enjoy those fish, because I do. But these guys have just been so much fun. I feel a little bit sad because it's obviously time to start separating the group. I've left them together for the purpose of making this video. I might have obviously separated them earlier, even just for the size differences, but I wanted the group to be together so that you could really just see how they've developed. I'm probably going to start separating and pulling out the ones that I prefer, and then after that organizing probably due to size. These guys are like little snowflakes. Not one is the same. I've tried to take photos of different ones so that you could really see the variety. It's pretty impressive out of 3 fish what you can get with the 1 female and those 2 males, and they are not done coloring up yet. I believe that in this 4 to 6 month age that I'm hoping that we start seeing the red come out, and this is a learning curve for me too, so it'll be interesting to see. I hope that you've all enjoyed this journey. I certainly have. It's been a lot of fun, and I hope to see you in another video. Thanks for watching.